Let's go through this. How am I a fascist?
Free speech is easy to defend until someone says something that you dislike. The real test begins when outrage enters the room.
Why are we evil?
The assassination of any political figure is abhorrent. That prominent voices now meet their end through violence marks a grim milestone for America's political discourse. But the response to Charlie Kirk's killing also reveals a troubling pathology: the reflexive reach for career-destroying purges. In the days since his death, conservative activists have compiled lists of Americans foolish enough to voice satisfaction or even mild indifference at his demise. Some deserve it. A school teacher gloating over a killing has no business shaping young minds. Murray Rothbard would have recognized this as legitimate market discipline. In theory, this exercise of freedom of association is how markets self-regulate without state intervention. Yet the current purges extend far beyond such clear cases of legitimately appalling behavior. This represents the mob rule of cancel culture, now wielded by the right with the same ruthless efficiency once monopolized by the left. They justify this as necessary deterrence, claiming that harsh punishment now will prevent future celebrations of political violence. Perhaps, but such logic assumes that Americans can't distinguish between murder and political disagreement without threats to their livelihoods.
But I'm such a bad fascist, I let the people who disagree in open mic to talk to me for 2 hours uninterrupted.
It treats citizens as children who must be frightened into proper behavior, rather than adults capable of moral reasoning.
I vote and you vote, so I'm talking to voters of this country that will determine the future of Western civilization.
More disturbing still is what this reveals about America's epistemological divide. The country no longer merely disagrees about policy. It can't agree on how to determine truth itself.
MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them.
Each tribe now inhabits its own reality, making meaningful discourse nearly impossible. It's precisely in such moments that Mill's marketplace of ideas becomes most essential. In On Liberty, he argues that truth emerges through the clash of competing ideas, not their suppression. Even offensive speech serves a purpose.
I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year.
It forces society to examine and defend its principles. Mill understood what cancel culture's practitioners forget: that humans are fallible creatures operating with incomplete information. What seems obviously true today might prove mistaken tomorrow.